All right, the last one here. So year 2019, question 12. So Jake Park Ranger is giving a presentation about the design for a new park. So unfortunately, it is given that Jake makes some errors in the presentation about the paths and also the shelter huts. So for each of the following statement, the graph drawn by Jake was incorrect. So the question asks you to redraw. Okay, so part one. So you are given a connected, it's supposed to be a connected planar graph lah. So you need to redraw it so that it is shown to be planar. Okay, so you can see that these are the places that, cross over each other. So that's why you can see that no matter how you move, you will need to move to H. Okay, so one way that you can do is either you bring your AD, okay, and also your FD outside. Okay, then in this case, then you will actually remove. Let me see whether or not I can get okay. So in this case, you will remove your AD. Okay, sorry. How come it's not allowing me to write? Yeah, okay, then you can have your AD outside. Okay, then you can have your FD outside, right? Then you can see that that's not crosses over each other anymore. So that's one way. So second way that you can talk about it is that you can see that except changing AD and AD and also FD outside, you can also bring BE, okay, and also AE outside. Okay, so in this case, same thing lah. You can see that if let's say you bring AE outside, then you bring your BE outside, then the edges wouldn't crosses over each other anymore. So okay, so either one. But then you need to redraw your graph at the side. Okay, so please check it out yourself. Okay, then after that, part two. So the park plan has been drawn as a bipartite graph. So you can see that this plan is not bipartite yet because you are not able to see that the edges are in two groups. So that's why we need to use vertex coloring to try to, make the graph as a obvious bipartite graph. So that's why you can start coloring, okay, for A. So if let's say A is in yellow color, then we know that C cannot be in the same color as A anymore. So because of C is in red color, then we know that the D and also E cannot be in red color anymore. So they will be in yellow. Then after that, because of D is in yellow color, so that's why for B and F, it cannot be yellow. So now you can see that the other one for G definitely is going to be in yellow color. So you can see that all the edges were connecting one red color to one yellow color. Then in that case, you know that all the vertices, you are able to divide them into two distinct groups. So one group will be red color, then one group will be the yellow color. Okay, so now let's try to draw the graph. Okay, so we can draw maybe the yellow one first. So the best way is always to put them in order. So you have A, then after that D, and continue with E, and then the next one is G. Okay, then for the other same thing, we have B, and then we have C, and then we have F. All right, so for A is adjacent to C, so that's why same thing, use ruler. Then after that, A to C. So we can look at D now. So D is adjacent to B, C, and F. So all B, C, and also F. So for E, it is adjacent to only C. For G, it is adjacent to both B and also F. Okay, so you can just choose one of the groups so that you don't, draw the two edges like two times. Okay, so after you finish, then you can try to check whether or not you left out any of the edges. So you have total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 edges. So when you try to look at it, you're supposed to get 7 edges also in your new graph. And then all the adjacencies should be all the same. Okay, so that's your answer for part 2. Okay, so you successfully get the two groups, you get 1 mark. So that's why knowing how to do vertex coloring is actually very important, because if let's say you didn't get the 1 mark correct, then it's very hard that you get the other 2 correct already. So getting ADEG in one group, BCF in one group, you get 1 mark. So successfully join at least the 4 of the vertices correct, you get 1 mark. Then everything correct, you get another mark. Okay, so that's how they give the 3 marks. So it's actually quite easy, right? Okay, then after that, sorry, for part one also is the same lah. So if you are able to draw until there is no edges cross each other, then you get 1 mark. So all the adjacency is kept, you get 1 mark. Okay, then after that, part B. So Jake also makes the following incorrect statement in his presentation that if a park plan can be a complete graph with 21 path and 6 shelter huts. Okay, so if the plan must be a complete graph with 21 path, how many shelter huts should Jake have quoted? Okay, so of course you can use like two ways to do that. One way is that if you remember the formula, you can always do in such a way that you are solving the n. Then after that, you should get 21 edges, right? So that's the idea. So then after that, you can do normal solving. Okay, if you still remember how to do quadratic equation, you can expand and solve it. But actually for this question, you are only given 1 mark. They don't expect you to do that, like a final answer will be good. So that's why you can just think about n multiply n minus 1. The idea is that what is the number that you can use one number, then multiply the number that is one smaller than that, then you can get 42. So the first number that come into your mind might be, the easiest one to think about 42 is 6 multiply 7. So you can see that 7 multiply a number that's one less than that, which is 6, then you get 42 lor. So that's how you can get n equal to 7. So the other way of doing it is also try and error. Like, how do you prove that this is wrong? You know that if you take 6 to multiply 6 minus 1 over 2, right, you will get 15, right? So that's why if now you actually need more each, then you will try to increase it. So you can just try out, if let's say you are using 7, you realize that you actually get 22. So that's how you know that there's 7 huts needed. Okay, so no matter which way to do it, or even like just drawing out 7 vertices, then you try out, you need 21 edges, it works too, because this is just 1 mark questions. So we only look at the final answer, which is 7. Okay, all right, so that's it for this question.